Hey Gemini, I just pulled cards for you, and honestly, what came through is pretty wild. I need to share this with you because the energy here is talking about someone who is about to shift your entire romantic reality. And I am not talking about just any regular person wandering into your life. The cards are showing someone with serious social standing, someone who moves differently, someone who carries weight in their world. So let me take you through what I am seeing because this reading got intense pretty quickly. Before I jump into the cards, I want you to know that I pulled specifically on your love life and what is coming toward you in the near future. And Gemini, the energy that showed up is not subtle at all. We are talking about someone who is either already established in a high status position or someone who is genuinely famous in their circle or beyond. This is not me being dramatic. This is literally what the cards are screaming about. So if you have been feeling like your love life has been kind of ordinary or maybe even stagnant, that is about to change in a major way. The first card I pulled for you is the Wheel of Fortune, and I actually had to pause when this came out because this card does not just show up for small shifts. The Wheel of Fortune is about massive fate-driven changes, the kind that you cannot really plan for or control. It is the universe saying, hey, your cycle is turning and something significant is about to drop into your reality. For your love situation specifically, this tells me that you are at a turning point that has been building for a while, even if you have not felt it yet. There is a destined quality to what is coming, like the person who is about to enter your life was always supposed to meet you at this exact moment. What I find really interesting about the Wheel of Fortune here is that it does not represent gradual change. This is sudden. This is fated. This is the kind of meeting that feels like it was written in the stars. You know when you meet someone and it just clicks, in a way that feels bigger than coincidence? That is the energy. And with this being the opening card, it is telling me that you are literally stepping into a completely new chapter romantically. The old patterns, the old types of people you have been attracting, the old storylines are finishing up. The wheel is turning and bringing you something totally different from what you have experienced before. I also want to point out that the Wheel of Fortune has this element of luck and timing to it. This person is not going to show up because you went looking for them or because you did everything right. They are showing up because the timing is finally aligned. Maybe you have been working on yourself. Maybe you have been clearing out old relationship patterns. Maybe you have just been living your life and growing. Whatever you have been doing, it has brought you to this moment where the universe is ready to introduce you to someone who operates on a completely different level than what you are used to. The wheel also suggests that this person's entrance into your life might coincide with other big changes or opportunities for you. Like maybe you are stepping into a new phase professionally, or socially, or personally, and that is what creates the opening for this person to come in. There is something about being in the right place at the right time, and your energy is about to match with someone whose energy is equally elevated. This is not random, Gemini. This is cosmically timed. Now, the second card that came out is the Nine of Cups, and oh my goodness, this is literally called the Wish Fulfillment card. When I see this in a love reading, especially following the Wheel of Fortune, it is telling me that what is coming is going to feel like a dream come true for you. The Nine of Cups is about emotional satisfaction, about getting what you have genuinely wanted on a heart level. And I think for you, Gemini, this might be about finally connecting with someone who matches your mental frequency, but also has the substance and accomplishment to back it up. Here's what I am picking up specifically. You know how sometimes you meet people and they are interesting, but they do not really have their life together? Or maybe they have ambition, but they are still in the building phase and everything feels uncertain? The Nine of Cups is showing me that this person coming in has arrived. They have already built something. They have already achieved things. They are already established. There is this wish fulfillment quality because you do not have to wonder if they are going anywhere or if they are serious about life. They already proved themselves and now they are available to connect with you at a deep level. What makes this even more interesting is that the Nine of Cups is also about someone who is content with themselves. This person is not coming to you from a place of neediness or desperation. They have their own fulfillment, their own joy, their own completeness. And that is actually what makes them so attractive and so magnetic. They are not looking for someone to fix them or complete them. They are looking for someone to share their already abundant life with. And Gemini, you are about to be that person. I also need to mention that the Nine of Cups can sometimes indicate someone who is a bit of a catch, someone who other people want or notice. This aligns perfectly with the high status energy I am getting from this reading. This might be someone who turns heads, who people know about, who has a reputation for being desirable or successful, and they are choosing you. Out of all the options they probably have, the energy is going to align in a way where you become the person they are genuinely interested in. There is also something here about this connection feeling easy and joyful. The Nine of Cups is not about struggle or drama or having to prove yourself constantly. When this person comes in, it is going to feel natural. It is going to feel celebratory. It is going to feel like finally something in your love life is working the way it should. You might find yourself smiling more, feeling lighter, feeling like you can actually relax into a connection instead of always being on guard or wondering what is going to go wrong. The third card is the Knight of Wands, and okay, now we are getting into WHO, this person actually is energetically. The Knight of Wands is passionate, bold, adventurous, and moves fast. This is someone who knows what they want, and they do not waste time going after it. When the Knight of Wands energy enters your life romantically, things accelerate quickly. We are not talking about a slow burn here. We are talking about intensity, chemistry, excitement, that feeling of being swept up in something that feels bigger than both of you. For you, Gemini, this is perfect because you need mental stimulation and variety and someone who can keep up with how your mind works. The Knight of Wands is not boring. They are not stagnant. They are not playing small. This person is living life fully, and they are going to bring that energy into the connection with you. Think about someone who has stories to tell, who has experiences under their belt, who makes you feel alive just by being around them. That is the Knight of Wands vibe. Now, combining this with the high-status theme of your reading, I am seeing someone who is bold in their career or their public life. Maybe they are an entrepreneur. Maybe they are in entertainment or media. Maybe they are someone who took risks, and those risks paid off. The Knight of Wands is a doer, an achiever, someone who does not sit around waiting for life to happen. They make things happen, and that is probably a huge part of why they have status or recognition in the first place. What I find really attractive about this energy is that the Knight of Wands is confident but not arrogant. They have passion and fire, but they also have direction. They are not just chaotic energy with no purpose. This person has channeled their intensity into building something real, and now they are ready to bring that same passion and focus into a romantic connection. For you, Gemini, someone who can match your mental energy but also bring that fire and action orientation is going to feel incredibly magnetic. I also want to mention that the Knight of Wands suggests this person might have a bit of a reputation as a charmer or someone who is popular in their social circles. People are drawn to them because they are fun, they are exciting, they are confident. But what makes this different is that when they focus that attention on you, it is going to feel genuine and special. You are not just another person they are charming. There is real substance behind the attraction. The fourth card I pulled is the Tower. And before you panic, let me explain what this means in your reading because it is actually really powerful. The Tower is about sudden revelation, about structures falling away so that truth can emerge. In the context of someone high status entering your love life, the Tower is telling me that this connection is going to completely shake up your existing beliefs or patterns around love and relationships. Whatever you thought was your type, whatever you thought was possible for you romantically, whatever limitations you put on yourself, those are about to get demolished. The Tower is not always comfortable because it forces change, but in this case, the change is necessary and ultimately liberating. I think what is going to happen is that when you meet this person or when this connection deepens, it is going to reveal to you how much you have been settling or playing small in your love life. Maybe you have been dating people who are nice but not particularly ambitious. Maybe you have been in situations where you dim yourself down so the other person does not feel intimidated. Maybe you have convinced yourself that you cannot have both the mental connection and the worldly success in a partner. The Tower is coming in to say, nope, all of those old stories are getting blown apart. This person is going to show you a completely different possibility, and it might honestly shock you how different it feels from what you have known before. There could be a moment where you are just sitting there thinking, wait, relationships can actually feel like this? Connections can actually be this exciting and stable at the same time? Someone can actually be this accomplished and still want to prioritize me? The Tower represents that moment of revelation. I also think the Tower might indicate that the way you meet this person or the circumstances around this connection will be unexpected and maybe even a little bit disruptive to your current life setup. Like maybe you are not actively looking for love when this happens. Maybe you meet them in a situation that feels outside your normal routine. Maybe their entrance into your life coincides with other things shifting or falling apart in a way that actually creates the opening for something new and better. The tower clears out what is not working so that what is meant for you has room to come in. There is also something here about other people's reactions. When someone high status enters your life romantically, people notice. The tower can indicate that this might shake up your social circle or how people perceive you. Maybe people are surprised. Maybe people are a little bit jealous. Maybe your life becomes a bit more visible because of who you are connected with. That tower energy represents the disruption to your previous low-key approach to love. Things are about to become more public or noticeable in a way that might feel intense at first, but ultimately is aligned with your growth. The fifth card is the Hermit, and this is fascinating because the Hermit represents wisdom, depth, and someone who has done serious inner work. What this tells me about the person coming into your life is that despite their outer success and status, they are not shallow. This is not someone who is all surface-level charm with nothing underneath. The Hermit indicates that this person has spent time alone, has reflected deeply on themselves and their life, has learned important lessons, probably through experience, and maybe even through difficulty. For you, Gemini, this is significant because you value intelligence and depth. You need someone you can have real conversations with, someone who has actually thought about life and themselves in a meaningful way. The Hermit energy tells me this person is not going to bore you. They have wisdom to share, they have insights that come from genuine experience, they have done the work to understand themselves. This is someone who is successful not just because they got lucky, but because they understand themselves and the world around them at a deeper level. I also think the Hermit indicates that this person might be somewhat private despite their public success or status, like they might be known or recognized, but they guard their inner world and their personal life carefully. They do not share themselves with just anyone. And I think what is going to happen is that they are going to open up to you in a way they do not with most people. You are going to get access to their real thoughts, their vulnerabilities, the parts of themselves that they do not put on display. That is incredibly special, Gemini, and it speaks to how deep this connection can actually go. The Hermit also suggests that this person values quality over quantity in relationships. They are not someone who surrounds themselves with tons of people just to feel popular. They are selective about who they let into their inner circle, and that selectiveness is part of what makes their attention so valuable. When they choose you, it means something. It means they see something in you that aligns with their values and their vision for what they want in a partner. There is also a spiritual or philosophical dimension here. The Hermit often represents someone who thinks about bigger questions, who has a sense of purpose beyond just material success. This person might be interested in growth, in meaning, in contributing something valuable to the world. They are not just chasing status for ego reasons. They built something because they have a genuine vision or mission. And I think finding someone who operates on that level is going to be incredibly fulfilling for you because it matches your own need for mental stimulation and purpose. The sixth and final card is the Knight of Swords, and wow. Okay, this brings everything together in a really powerful way. The Knight of Swords is about swift action, clear communication, and intellectual connection. This is someone who is direct, who says what they mean, who does not play games or waste time with ambiguity. After pulling all these cards, the Knight of Swords is telling me that when this person decides they are interested in you, they are going to pursue it directly and quickly. The Knight of Swords also represents brilliant communication and mental agility. This person is smart, Gemini, like really genuinely intelligent in a way that you will respect and be attracted to. They can keep up with how fast your mind moves, they can engage with your ideas, they can challenge you intellectually in a way that feels stimulating rather than combative. The mental chemistry here is going to be off the charts. You know how rare it is to find someone who can actually match your mental pace without getting tired or confused? That is what the Knight of Swords is promising. What I love about this card in your reading is that it indicates decisive action. This person is not going to sit around hoping you notice them or playing it cool to the point where nothing happens. Once they recognize the connection, they are going to move on it. They might be very direct about their interest, very clear about wanting to get to know you, very focused on making sure this connection develops. For someone high status, this directness is actually refreshing because it shows they are genuinely interested rather than just casually flirting or keeping their options open. The Knight of Swords also suggests that communication is going to be a huge part of this connection. You might text or talk constantly. You might find yourselves having those conversations that go for hours without either of you getting bored. You might connect over shared interests or intellectual topics. This is not going to be a relationship where you struggle to find things to talk about. The mental stimulation is going to be constant and really fulfilling. I also think the Knight of Swords indicates that this person has strong opinions and convictions. They know what they stand for. They have clarity about their values and their direction in life. This is not someone who is wishy-washy or constantly changing their mind about what they want. That clarity and decisiveness is part of what has made them successful, and it is also going to make them a strong partner for you. You will know where you stand with them. You will not have to guess about their intentions. You will not have to deal with mixed signals or confusion. Combining all 6 cards, Gemini, here is what I am seeing for you. The universe is literally orchestrating a major romantic shift in your life through the Wheel of Fortune. Someone is coming in who fulfills wishes you have had about what a partner can be, shown by the 9 of Cups. This person has the passionate, adventurous, bold energy of the Knight of Wands, and they are going to sweep into your life with confidence and excitement. Their arrival is going to completely transform your understanding of what is possible in love through the Tower. Despite their outer success, they have real depth and wisdom shown by the Hermit, and they are going to pursue you with directness and intellectual brilliance through the Knight of Swords. This is someone who has status, who has accomplishments, who is known or respected in their field. But what makes this special is that they also have substance. They are not just successful. They are also wise, passionate, and mentally stimulating. They are going to see you, choose you, and pursue you with clarity and intention. And Gemini, this connection is going to show you a completely different level of what romantic partnership can be. I do not know exactly when this is going to happen, but the Wheel of Fortune and the Knights both suggest things move quickly once they start. This might already be in motion. You might meet this person in an unexpected way or in a context where you were not looking for romance. Pay attention to new people entering your life, especially people who seem accomplished or who carry themselves with confidence. Pay attention to situations that feel destined or unusually synchronistic. The universe is setting this up for you. If you are already talking to someone who fits this description, the cards are confirming that this is significant and worth pursuing. Do not talk yourself out of it because you think they are out of your league or because it feels too good to be true. The cards are literally saying this is your wish fulfillment moment. You deserve this connection, you are ready for this connection, and it is coming. Let me know if this resonates with you, Gemini. Have you been feeling like something big is about to shift in your love life? Have you met anyone recently who feels different from your usual type? I would love to hear your experience with this energy.